Di nuovo su Origins, eccoci qui. Allora, stavamo
If there's anything I can do
trattando.
for you, please tell me.
Sì, pensiamo a qualcosa.
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Che ve ne siete andato?
One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that. Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tigers, they're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure, something worth a little gold.
Beh, meglio usarli per farci qualcosa.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Hai fatto bene. E ora siete qui.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Sì, parliamo un po' con
Look,
lui.
we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
Hai fatto bene.
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't
Un
get them.
furbone.
Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Sì, dai.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
Qualche pettegolezzo?
I hear that Tiernan Logain, the regent, is calling for new levies of troops. He wants to rebuild the army we lost at Astagar. Thing is, there's not a lot of spare men to be found. Out of Dragon's Peak, there's press gangs roaming around, grabbing any free man they can lay their hands on.
Sempre a tempi
That's
duri
what I've
quando
heard on the
guerra.
road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Qualche altro pettegolezzo?
It's not just Darkspawn in the Horde, you know that? There are people with them. Folks who are sick with the Blight, and their minds are all twisted and mad.
Ah,
I heard tell of a man meeting his own brother on the field, yet when he called out to him, his brother didn't even recognize him and just attacked. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
facciamo qualcos'altro finché non li finisco.
There's talk that King Kaelin was cheating on the Queen and she found out about it. That's why Tiernan Logain abandoned Kaelin at Ostagar.
Ah, c'è
That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
l'altarino, ma per una cosa così non credo.
With King Kaelin dead, the throne falls to Queen Honora. She's made her father the regent, however, at least for now. I think Keelan's father, old King Merrick, would have approved. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. Some hunters who range into the Brazilian forest say that a Dalish clan there has fallen to some kind of sickness. The blight, most likely, poor sods. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. I hear from folks traveling the East Roads that there's werewolves in the Brazilian forest. Actual werewolves. They haven't been around since the days of Dane and his ilk. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
That's what I heard, Auntie.
Habron, daughter of the Earl of Southreach, has spent an exorbitant amount of her father's coin buying puppies. No one knows what happens to the puppies, and she buys a new one every week. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Sai cosa ci conviene?
I heard a strange rumor the other day. King Caelan was not really Merrick's son, you see. Merrick's real son is hidden in the bowels of Denerim's palace and has been since he was born. I suppose they feed him cakes all day to keep him content. Maybe he's simple. Or a mage. Merrick's real son, a mage. Can you imagine? That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
E non è una novità questo dei figli nascosti dai potenti.
I don't know what to tell you. Nothing I can think of at the moment.
No, adesso fammi vedere la roba.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Ah, non avete citato vostro figlio nel rapporto?
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Va bene, È stato generoso.
It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Mostatemi la merce, via.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
Allora, forse volevo vedere un attimino, un po' qui. Ci sono ancora delle cose da... ci sarebbero tutte queste cose qua un po'... più 2 volontà. Più 1 volontà, più 10 resistenza mentale, quindi non cambia molto. Senza la natura mi interessa, no. Allora, la cintura è solo per guarire ladri. Vediamo allora l'Eliana. La cintura non ce l'ha. Più 25% probabilità di critico a distanza. Questo sarebbe interessante da mettergli su. Sì, questa la compro per la signora Leliana. Danni da fuoco, danni da freddo non mi interessano. Qui ci sono delle belle armature, però magari per... 2 costituzioni più 6 attacco più 6 armatura. Ecco, potrei prenderle un cappuccio. Più 1 volontà, più 10 resistenza mentale. Forza, destrezza, costituzione. Uno scudo pesante. Sì, posso prendere questo per la Morrigan. Questi sono solo per il mago. Sì, prendiamo anche questi per Morrigan e questi per l'Eliana. E anche questo è utile per l'Eliana. Questi per la Morrigan. Non so, magari sono acquisti che sto facendo alla cazzo, però. Elmo delle prove di ferro. Questo potrebbe andare bene invece per Stan. Però non ho più soldi per adesso. Va bene, allora, sistemiamo gli inventari e poi ripartiamo. Allora, abbiamo detto la Morrigan, cappuccio e gli stivali. Sì, c'è un po' di affaticamento, ma è lo stesso. L'Eliana, per te ho preso gli stivali e i guanti. Ah, per la Morrigan c'erano anche i guanti. Bene. Altro no, avevo preso la cintura, vero? Bene. Allora, vediamo.
You and your friends are formidable folk indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure.
Guai di cuoio, perfetto. Buono. Allora, salvataggio. Ripartiamo. Allora, un buon party potrebbe essere Morrigan, la voglio sempre.
Indeed.
L'Eliana.
Indeed.
E Stan. Così abbiamo due tank. Allora, confini di Breccia. Redcliffe. Direi di andare prima a Redcliffe, almeno c'è una missione. Aia, un'imboscata. Sì. Un'imboscata lungo la strada.
I sense.
Però all'oscuro. Allora c'è il capobranco, Gemlock. Forse è il caso di spostarli tutti. No, forse qui è meglio. Dai ragazzi. Allora organizziamoci. È rimasto là, Morrigan. Vabbè, Morrigan per adesso può stare anche lì perché può fare lo stesso danno. Stan. Combatti qua, tu fai quello che devi fare. Quindi un bel colpo di scudo al capobranco. Eliana, ti voglio con l'arco qui. Quindi vai a colpire il capobranco. tu.
Found yourself!
Morgan lì non va bene. Così. Che cambia, cazzo? Io la voglio arciere. Che legnata.
Let's end this!
Sì, prima c'è da sfondare il capobranco.
Lost the enemy!
Adesso che il capobranco è nei guai, mando Stan. Tu vieni qua, anzi ti prendi l'impiastro. E te cosa fai qua con l'arco però? Che roba. Sprecato, non so se l'ha usato oppure no. Buffo di paralisi. Ah, si può anche disattivare. C'è una trappola che però credo l'abbia attivata prima la nostra Morrigan. Stento qua come va? Ah, sicura la merda. Questa è morta. Specializzazioni. Ora sei qualificato per scegliere una specializzazione che ti permetterà di personalizzare la classe del tuo personaggio, offrendoti una serie particolare di talenti e capacità avanzate. Ogni personaggio può scegliere fino a 2 specializzazioni, la prima sarà disponibile al 7° livello, mentre la seconda al 14° livello. Tuttavia prima dovrai trovare qualcuno che ti addestri. Facciamo svegliare l'Eliana, almeno va via sta musica. Piastro. Luce mortale. Quella elfica l'abbiamo già presa. Fluorite. Allora avanziamo di livello. Sì, continua a fare 1-1-1 per un po'. Segno con scudo, difesa con scudo. Sì, vabbè, attiviamo anche questo. Tanto dobbiamo far tutte, quindi. Se ti livello solo lui, lo salviamo. Altre cose strane in giro non ce ne sono, no? Ah! Che pollo. Poi tra l'altro forse disattivandole avrei preso anche dei punti esperienza. Dove che devo andare? Perché che c'è finito dentro stavolta? Andiamo verso Redcliffe. Adesso magari cerco di fare subito la missione e poi la pianto lì, così almeno la prossima volta lo facciamo un po' più, in modo un po' più completo. Un viaggio nel Ferelden. Se volete leggere la storia, Redcliffe. Allora, andiamoci in giro un attimo. Là c'è un cancello, una guardia. Facciamo così, attiviamo la missione. L'Arl di Redcliffe. Arl Eamon, però ce n'era un'altra anche. Sì, qui per dire regolare, ma c'era anche una missione. Devo portare qualcosa a Redcliffe, boh. Non so perché non c'è più sta roba. Che strano. Beh, iniziamo a far questa. Però non è ancora sbloccata. Non si può entrare qui? No.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
Sono qui per affari importanti, per l'Arl Eamon.
Oh. Then you don't know. Has nobody out there heard?
Ho sentito dire che Arl Eamon è malato, se so che intendete.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you. He's just over there in the chantry. Please, come.
A vedere. Bella, Redcliffe. Parliamo con questo Bantigan. Comunque devo riportare qualcosa a Redcliffe, non capisco perché non c'è più la missione. Che disastro.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl. You're a rather unusual group, to say the least. Can I ask who you are and why you've come?
Sì, dai, sono un custode grigio.
A Grey Warden? I thought you all died along with my nephew. At least that is what Logain would have us believe.
Non credete alle menzogne di Logain?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Logain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. There is a Grey Warden who goes by the name of Alistair. Does he yet live?
Sì, è ancora con noi. È vivo, in effetti viaggia insieme a me.
He does? Finally, some good news amidst all the bad. Thank you. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault. Some call them the Walking Dead, decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Logain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. I'm asking you, please, help us. Help Eamon.
Prima delle domande, vediamo un attimo.
By all means.
Non esiste modo di entrare al castello e arrivare fuori.
The castle is closed to us, its doors barred. We could storm it certainly, but what would that accomplish? Our numbers are too few. We cannot throw men at the castle walls when they are needed to protect the village.
Perché non evacuate il villaggio?
I tried. Our one attempt at an organized evacuation resulted in an immediate attack. Yesterday I found out these creatures attack those fleeing on their own, even during daytime. Whatever lies in the castle wants this village dead.
Cosa succederà dopo stanotte?
Once the village is safe, we will try to enter the castle to find the source of this trouble.
Va bene.
Then you will help us?
Sì.
There are no darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
Sì, se c'è una possibilità di salvarle dobbiamo provare.
Yet helping these humans does nothing of the sort.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Voglio discutere l'attuale situazione, cosa significa? Boh, proviamo.
Of course.
Avete qualcuno dei cavalieri di Arleimon? Perché siete una cappella insieme ai paesani? Esattamente così.
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
Esatto.
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
Perché siete qui insieme ai paesani?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Servono altri uomini qui con voi?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
Bene, dai.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Sta a meno 10, Morgan a meno 5, Liliana è contenta, nessuna giornata. Allora, diamo un'occhiata qua dentro.
Let us pray. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed what do you wish of me? Seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of...
Cinquantino di esperienze, i comandamenti del creatore.
Our contrition.
Why haven't Mother and Father returned yet?
They're gone.
I don't like being in here when the monsters come. Everybody gets
I
really
fear
scared.
most for the children. They are so frightened. It breaks my heart.
Fondazione della chiesa.
You are a stranger amongst us, yet you still agree to defend our village in its darkest hour. We are most grateful to you.
Siate grati quando vinceremo la
I
battaglia.
will be grateful of your attempt, even if it fails. We can ask no more. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
How awful this must be for you all. Is this everyone who's left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Benedizione, via.
Of course, child. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition.
Amen. E qui ci voleva Alistair per recuperare un po' il rapporto con lui. Allora, un libro qua.
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Calendario del Tedas. Ok, così chi vuole leggere può leggere.
We should have loaded up the wagons and taken our chances on the road.
Processione demoniaca. e altri 50 di esperienza. Bene, personaggi che abbiamo. Alessi Isolde, sì, che ne ha parlato prima. Comandi, specializzazioni e armatura pesante. Sì, ve l'ho data a Stan.
Good day. Good day.
Irenia.
I'm so scared, Father.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar?
Sì.
In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
Ah, ecco, è questa qua. Stivoglietta.
I am. You've heard of me?
Sì.
I thought that might be the case. Thank you for telling me. Maker's blessings upon you.
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear
Ah, quindi si trattava solo di...
Night is coming. The monsters will return and we sit here.
The Maker will judge us by how we meet our deaths. We
If
must be
monsters make it to
brave
the chantry,
and sing
they
the
will break
chant
through the
of
windows
light
and
with
slay
Mother
us
Hannah.
all. Sorry, am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
Non mi state disturbando, parlate.
I shouldn't be such a crybaby. With Mother gone now, I have to be brave. I can't help myself. I'm so frightened. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible. You poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Lo cercherò, dai.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
Un bambino scomparso. Uno alla volta. Vediamo se viene segnalato. Anche possiamo vedere. Usciamo. Adesso do un'occhiata veloce, se è una cosa che si può fare subito bene, altrimenti la facciamo la prossima volta. Villaggio sotto assedio. No, quindi sarà più avanti. Dai, facciamo l'ultima conversazione.
Ah, fresh air. It's difficult to breathe within with all that self-righteousness crowding.
You know, we don't have the men we need.
I wish
Their
Owen
numbers
would
just
rely
keep
for
growing each
force.
night.
He's our only hope
Sure,
now.
they'll take the day when they...
Accendere la forza.
Still no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch. The king's dead, I hear. And the rest of Ferelden's in...
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
Siete sicuri di non aver sentito dire che avevamo ucciso noi il re?
Could be that I did. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing. Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight. Fair enough. What can I do for you?
Ma il morale.
Morale's about what you'd expect. These men aren't soldiers. They're villagers defending their homes, and they're frightened. It would help if we had decent equipment. There weren't enough swords in Owen's shop, and the men's armor is nearly falling off. I don't think we're in any shape to fight. We'll do our best, of course, but, well, I have my doubts. I just hope I'm alive tomorrow morning.
Come domani,
Oh,
vediamo un po'.
ask away.
Non posso trovare dei rifornimenti.
If you want weapons and such, you'd go to the blacksmith, but there isn't much left there. Commerce isn't exactly our biggest concern right now, but you might want to speak to Lloyd at the tavern. I wouldn't trust him, though.
Lloyd della taverna.
Don't rightly know. We heard the Arl was sick and getting worse, but after a while we heard nothing at all. A few folks went up to the castle to see what was going on. They couldn't get in. Nobody was there, not a soul. And then those horrid creatures attacked the village. They were everywhere, people dying. It was awful. Good thing Bantegan was here.
Sapete qualcosa sulla malattia di Arlino?
No. I know the Arlessa sent the knights out for a cure. You can ask Sir Berth about it. He was one of them. All right. Oh? Ask away.
Perché siete stati stanziati?
We're the last defenders of them folks in the Chantry. The women, elderly, and the children. They're the ones we need to protect.
The weak must learn to protect themselves.
That is unworthy of you, Stan. Are the Qunari never in need of aid? Are you people so heartless?
No Qunari would ever cower helplessly, not woman nor elder nor child. They would fight for their survival with tooth and nail.
Well, we're not Qunari. I'm not asking those folk to fight monsters. No matter what happens, we can't let them evil things in there. If they die, the village is done. All right?
Cosa posso fare per rendermi utile?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Perché Owen si rifiuta di parlare?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Su altro in grado?
Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. If there were others, don't you think I'd ask them?
Claro.
I'd appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
Morrigan disapprova. Non sono d'accordo col fatto che sto aiutando queste persone. Fa rigore però. Mi sembra giusto così. No, qui dobbiamo far parare alla nostra Leliana. 3 impocate.
Speak.
Quindi l'amico qui dentro.
And I'm off. Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Siete Owen, Fabio, devo parlarvi.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
Preferi non parlare attraverso una porta, posso entrare.
Certainly not. I don't know you and I don't want to. Off you go.
Proviamo ancora con la persuasione.
All right, all right. But I don't know why you're so determined. Here, I'll get the locks.
Proviamo a sentire se c'è modo di convincerlo.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are? A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
La milizia ha disperatamente bisogno del vostro aiuto.
Why should I help Murdoch when he won't help me? My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
Salverò vostra figlia.
It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
Che mi dice la milizia? Hanno bisogno del vostro aiuto.
If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
Farò del mio meglio.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
Sure.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Is this a promise we will not keep?
Let's hope not.
What's this?
I said nothing to you, human.
Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Si trovano bene Stan e Mori. Stanno precipitando le relazioni con loro comunque. Questo succederà quando andremo nel castello. Vediamo un'occhiata rapida qui dentro, non c'è niente da prendere. Una cassa.
Going.
Hey, I see you found my hiding place. I stuck some old equipment in there before Murdoch could get his hands on it.
Boh, vediamo se si incazza.
I don't think there's anything you'll need in there. But it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up.
La milizia non potrebbe usare queste cose.
Not if I'm going to repair the equipment they have. That stuff is old, anyhow. Yeah, let me open it for you. I have the key.
Bravo. Vediamo cosa c'è dentro. Tanta roba che poi venderemo. salvata. Boh, usciamo, parliamo con Murdoch e chiudiamo la puntata. Insomma, siamo già su 50 minuti.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll send one of my men to inform Bantegan the militia is ready for battle.
Vai, motiviamolo.
We'll do our best. We'll fight until we can't fight anymore, however long that is.
Devo ancora parlare con Sir Perth.
You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. Right. Let's hope we see morning.
Va bene, va bene, va bene. Allora ragazzi, chiudiamo qui. Poi ripartiamo, cerchiamo un po' in giro nel villaggio. C'è ancora qualcosa, dobbiamo passare alla taverna. E faremo un po' tutto, dai. Ci vediamo alla prossima, grazie, ciao.